Okay, today's first alert forecast. Let's talk about the heat. That came on kind of fast. A lot of us inland were like 10 degrees warmer today on Thursday than you were yesterday, and you're doing the same thing again tomorrow. So let me clue you in first of all on what Thursday and Friday are. Then we've got to talk about smoke, which is coming our way. It's a pretty decent little wildfire on the northern edge of the state that's been putting a big smoke plume out. More on that in a second. Look at what the marine layer was doing today. Just trying to squeeze in through the Golden Gate, but not doing a very good job of it. That's your sign. When high pressure builds in, puts a big weight on the atmosphere, the marine layer gets squashed down really low, and it's forced to sneak in only through the Golden Gate. It cannot come over the city, can't go over the Marin headlands, it cannot get inland. It's forced to take that one little opening there, and that you're not going to get a big cool down inland when it's like that. Look at the differences today. We were in the mid-60s at the coast where you had the marine layer. San Francisco at 75 today. That's about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday in the city. And as we continue to walk this back, of course, no doubt the 100-degree temperature out here in Antioch makes the headline on that. But look at the difference. Big temperature spread. You want to see what you're doing tomorrow? We're not changing. This is Friday. So both days are almost identical. By the weekend, it's going to get better. And by early next week, we're going to get locked into a pattern that's going to look and feel a lot like the last couple of days did. We'll get you back down to average, and you'll sit there for a while. I'll show you that coming up in the 7-day forecast here in just 1 second. First thing I want to do, though, is take a look at the slightly larger picture. Let's talk about why there is some haze to be seen in our sky. You don't see it out the window on the virtual set, so for most of us, it just looks like a normal day. Nothing to be seen here, nothing that really stands out. But when you look at the marine layer on the virtual set, and then you look a little bit closer, these two patches are not clouds. See them? There's a fire burning up here in the Trinity Alps, and then there's the green fire, which is burning out here. That one's up near Lake Shasta. Take a look up here. You see it on the high-resolution satellite imagery. You can kind of see those plumes a little bit better. But let's just bring this down to scale. I want to give you a slightly closer view on that fire and also give you a better understanding on how the plume of smoke coming off of it is coming our way. So we'll leave behind the view there. And here, by the way, here's a time lapse. This is what you can do when you use the network of cameras partnered with UC San Diego and PG&E. They've got a network of cameras all across the state. That's from the last 3 hours. That's how much smoke this thing's putting out. You know, just not right up on the kind of northeast edge of Shasta Lake. And look at the plume of smoke. Most of that is coming our way, but it's also staying elevated. So it might make the sky look a bit hazy, but the good news is I just looked at all the air quality sensors. Everybody is good except for inland Contra Costa County, where some of that smoke is filtering down to the ground. And even at that, for inland Contra Costa County, we're only talking about moderate. So for the most part, we are doing okay in terms of the smoke story. All right, that's just something to be aware of on that. The Bay Area Air Quality Management District did put out an air quality advisory that'll stay with us probably for the next couple of days as long as that smoke continues to come our way. All right, let's show you when you're going to get some relief. 7-day forecast has it. So remember, tomorrow's going to look and feel just like today. You don't see a whole lot of change there. But by the weekend, it starts to get better. You'll be back down into the mid and upper 80s. And then by early next week, the numbers come down even more for inland microclimates. There's a pretty good improvement. Gets you back down to average and maybe even a little below average. And when we look at the 7-day forecast for the Bay, similar story here on the trend. Saturday into next week, the marine layer will start building back in the mornings. So you're going to have grayer days to start out in the morning, and then you'll get plenty of sunshine by the time we get to the afternoon, speaking of sunshine.